Demonstrations have intensified in Sri Lanka as people are demanding the government to roll back its decision of imposing massive taxes across the spectrum. The government of Sri Lanka, in order to secure an IMF bailout program, has imposed severe taxes in the country. The global lender has appreciated Sri Lankan moves and said the measures being taken were in the larger interests of people of the island nation.
Massive demonstrations were recently seen in Sri Lanka capital Colombo as trade unions across the country stepped up their protests against what they call the government's draconian policies to further marginalize the poor of the country. While as many as 2,000 people demonstrated at a port in the capital during their lunch break, most banks also observed a day-long off, and parts of some hospitals were also closed as other union members also participated in the strike. Earlier, the protesters had observed a Black Week under which all protesting people wore black armbands and carried black flags and banners to several government buildings. Only a couple of weeks ago, the government of Sri Lanka had raised the electricity prices by 66% in line with the International Monetary Fund's demands to present a sustainable payback model before it granted any bailout package. Before this, the government had imposed severe income taxes ranging from 12.5% to 36%.
We are not in a position that we can't pay tax. We are in a position we want to pay tax, but in a reasonable amount. This amount is not reasonable. That's why we are telling government should amend this tax policy. Otherwise, we will go for another strike or another major action, maybe a continuous strike.
IMF has backed Sri Lankan decisions that have been taken in line with international comparisons. The decisions were taken to help creditors regain confidence. Sri Lanka has been seeking a $2.9 billion bailout after it suffered from an unprecedented economic crisis. The economic crisis that spiraled into a political ring has also led to the resignation of previous President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. According to an IMF statement, the increases, which included an increase in income taxes of up to 36%, were necessary to address insufficient revenue collection by international standards. IMF, however, has also said that these steps would not bridge the gap completely to fund essential expenditure.
Regarding the tax imposements, whereas those tax imposements we think as highly unjust. So regarding the matter, we have launched many trade union actions, whereas one of the peak trade union actions are being done today. That is a one-day token strike, whereas not only the banks but the other trade unions are also involved.
The island nation in South Asia is experiencing its biggest economic crisis since winning independence from the UK in 1948, plagued by high inflation, a lack of foreign currency, weakening currency, and a severe recession. India, China, and Japan have proven to be key allies that have supported the crisis-hit country. Among these three too, Indian loans and assistance have proven to be the safest. Observers say while Chinese loans have strings attached, it is India that has been helping the nation in distress without any hidden agenda or objective.